Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coltrane Conservatory the Arts Weekly Talk Show. My name is Joe Pace. I am the director as well as the founder of the Coltrane Conservatory the Arts. And we come on every Monday, this time, 7:30. If you would like to, please let someone know that we are on the air and that we have a message for you. Now, our show is surrounding the things that we do over at the conservatory, our different programs. And so we want to start out by saying that we had a tremendous recital here a few weeks ago, and we were able to allow our students to perform before a live audience in Fuller Park. Thanks to Dr. Michael Brown, who is the supervisor over there. Normally we have our recitals at our facility, which we have big enough facility, but we decided to take it on the road on this year, out in the community, so to speak. Now, on today, I'm going to show you a few of the students that we had performing there, and here you see three of our students. These students are out of the hand drumming program. This program is actually a free program in which we established to give people an opportunity in our community to have something to say yes to get out of the house on Saturday and be able to learn how to play an instrument at the same time. So that's the first of our three students, and we're going to show you a few more. We want you to see what we're doing over there so you can come over and become a part of that. Now, basically, the thing that I would like to point out to you all is that our establishment and this organization, this school, has been formed for you in this community. And we want you to take full advantage of all the programs that we are doing at this particular time. We have people who are donating their time. We have people who are donating, in many cases, a lot more time than they did when they were working. We have some retirees that are working with us. We have some people who are not retired. And just to start the program off, I want to give credits right quickly to Lionel Don and Theory Lewis, who both are in the studio with me at this time doing the technical aspect of this show. So we really appreciate these two gentlemen, and we're going to keep showing you a few of these students, and some of these students are so young, and they've learned how to play the piano, they've learned how to play the drums and other instruments over there. And this little young lady here who performed so well, she was actually just guiding our program. She's been in our program now for about, I want to say 3 months right now. And she performed so well, and I'm pretty sure that her mother and her father and all the rest of her relatives and friends were so excited to see her there as she starts off with her little piano career. Now, you can do the same thing if you're willing to come out and get involved. You know, that's why it's here. If you're willing to come out and get involved, you can do the same thing. Okay? It's not just for kids either. It's for adults as well. But we're going to keep on showing you a few of these things that we've done here. And I want you to call a friend or somebody, let them know that we're on the air. Because this isn't all about the arts. This is about really growing a human being. So we do a lot more than just teaching these children, and especially these young people, how to play an instrument. We try to get involved with them in a number of ways that, we got a little technical difficulty there. We used to put those down in one way, and now we're putting them down in another way. But this little guy right here is one of our drummers, and he is very special. Let me tell you something. He can play the drums, believe me when I tell you he can. This is Nico, and he's been with us now about 1.5 years, and he can play the drums, I'm telling you. And by the way, I am the drum instructor there, so if you ever come there to get to learn how to play the drum set, you will be working with me, and I will be working with you. Now, again, we are there for you. If you want to know more about our programs, you can call 1-773-891-1875, or you may even call this station right now. We have somebody who will pick up the phone and let you know, give you some information. So you see the phone number there on the monitor, and all you have to do is just give us a call right here. Again, we want you to keep in mind that what we're doing is specifically for you. We're not doing this for anybody except you. And this little girl right here, I'm going to show you right now. She's she started with us not long ago. She's a clarinetist. She was in training with someone else and came to us, and she got in training with us. And she had been in training for like about a month. And she came to the recital, decided that she wanted to go to the recital, but when she got to the recital, she got a little cold feet, and then toward the end of the recital, she came up to me and told me, said, yes, I really want to do this. And she came up, and as you can see her sitting there, she looks just fine, and she played just fine. Now, she's also a swimmer, and that kind of brings us to the Olympics, which are going on now. But she's a competitive swimmer. She's only 12 years old, I believe, and she is she has that physique like a swimmer, sort of long, and that works well when you're in these swimming competitions. I hope a lot of you have been watching the Olympics. I've been watching some of it. And it is really fantastic to see so many young people, especially, well, they're all young to be in that, but I'm talking about some of the very young ones, who are doing that. And they really, really are spectacular in terms of the things that they're doing. I think there's a young lady named Simone Biles, I believe. Simone Biles, I believe that's right. Anyway, that young woman is actually just tremendous gymnastics, and she's doing such a great job. I think she's already gotten a gold medal or two, and I'm just so proud to see young people doing something of value with their lives and going ahead and doing something extra special, because that gives us the confidence that we need in order to be able to do those things that are even more valuable as we're raising our children, our grandchildren, that type of thing. Confidence means so much, and playing an instrument gives you a great deal of confidence, because first thing about it, you have to be somewhat disciplined. And if you're not disciplined, by the time you're in the program for a while, you will be disciplined. And I honestly think that it's a good thing for those parents out there, grandparents who have children, and they are not so disciplined, to get them involved with music, because this is something that will instill in them disciplines. So that's another reason that you might want to bring your child out to register and enroll in our programs. But anyway, we're going to keep on showing you a few of our students here who just absolutely magnificently performed on a couple of weeks ago. And this is one of our little drummers. He's been with us now. This is Ethan. He's been with us now for, I want to say, about 4 months now. And Ethan is starting to play well. When he first came there, his grandmother brought him there, and she said, and by the way, anyway, his grandmother brought him there, and he said, well, what I really want to do is be a basketball player. I really don't want to play the drums all that much. But he came up to me about a week ago, and he said, listen, I think sometimes I like to be a drummer, so, so already it's in him so much now until he's starting to think about maybe doing that the rest of his life. Now, we don't expect, when young people come into our programs, we're not trying to suggest to them, this is what you do for a career. Because they may want to do something very much different from this. We expect young people to go on in their schooling and to keep their goals of maybe wanting to become an engineer or a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher, social worker, business person, or whatever. But we do say that if you do have that creativity, that creativeness in you, that becoming a a musician, becoming a what visual artist, maybe a sculptor or portrait painter, or some of these things, a writer. All of these things are important, and so if you get involved with them, sometimes that side of our brain that says I'm more into being creative, I'm more into the arts. It speaks to us, and when that happens, young people ought to have the opportunity to pursue those dreams, and that's what we are here for, to allow them to have that opportunity if they so desire, so that they have these options, and they're not held back because of the fact that they were not exposed. All right, let's keep going. I want to show you this young man. This is Chandler. Chandler has been with us about 2 years now, and he can play the drums. In fact, I believe Chandler had, in fact, I know he's been with us longer than any student we've had. Now, keep in mind that we've been established for 3 years now, and we're right there at 6353 South Cottage Grove. And you can't miss us because there's on the window, all across the display window, you'll see Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts, and we also have a lighted sign in the window. Now, the bottom line is Chandler has been with us now for about 2 years, and many times now, keep in mind that when you get into a program of this type, if you really want to learn how to play an instrument, you probably need to stick around a little while. I tell people all the time, I've had people that come to me and say, listen, I want to play an instrument, but I want to be able to play this, that, and the other in like 6 months. And I'm realistic with people because we don't want anybody being deceived into believing that you can really learn how to play a musical instrument in 6 months, because you really can't. Now, you can learn something about a musical instrument, and you can learn a few songs if that's what you want to do. But you can't really learn how to play an instrument professionally in 6 months. Playing an instrument is like anything else. If you want to learn how to be good in mathematics, then that means you're going to have to study for several years, in order to develop a good grasp of all the principles. So that it's no difference in playing a musical instrument. It's a lot to learn. You have to learn what we call key, cadence, notation, meter, flats and sharps, minors and majors, even what we call augmented chords and diminished chords. It's a lot to learn. You have to learn something about eighth notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes. Now, don't let all of this scare you away, because it's very easy to learn, especially when you have one-on-one instructors like we have there at the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts. Now, if you're in some group training, and they got some group training around town, and you got maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, sometimes 10 or 15 students out in a group, and one instructor's at the front of this group, and he's giving instructions to 10 or 15 people, it's going to take forever to learn how to play an instrument like that. And you learn so far less than what you do when you have an instructor, as we do, sitting right by your side and pointing out all the ins and outs of how to play that instrument, how to read that music. So here's another one of our students, and this student right here is one of our adult students. This is Trojan, and he's been with us now for, I want to say Trojan has been with us about 5 months. And when he came there, he asked about Miles Davis and Dizzy Gillespie and people of that type. He said he wanted to be able to play on stage one day. And I said, well, okay, because we always ask people when they come in, what's your goal for your music? And they'll tell us, and in many cases they'll say, well, I just want to be able to play casually. Some people say, I want to play for the church. Others say, well, I want to just become a person who can wake up and enjoy myself and my music. And others will say, I want to play professionally. I want to get on stage one day. And that's what this guy here said to us. And so he's on his way. He played so very well. He played a song many of you may be familiar with at the recital, Ode to Joy by Beethoven and Ludwig Beethoven. And he did very well with that song. And so he's on his way. And we're so happy because what we get out of this is the fulfillment of being able to help someone accomplish a dream of theirs, you know. And in some cases, these have been dreams that have been set aside and postponed for many years. And people have coming back saying, okay, here's something in my community. I have an opportunity now to make this happen. And they're making it happen. So for those of you who are out there, that's just some of our students. That's by no means all of the students that were performing, but it is some of our students. And we wanted you to see that. And if you're interested, I want you to give this station a call right now, or you can call us at 773-891-1875, and we'll give you more information regarding all of these programs. Now, I'm going to share with you something here having to do with the instruments that we are teaching and that we are offering. Now, take a look at this right here. Okay, you see that right there? Now, look at that. Are there any instruments there that you would like to play? These are the primary instruments that we offer. And so, look at that sheet on your monitor. Perhaps you would like to play the piano, or perhaps you'd like to play the drum set. If you want to play the piano, maybe you have a piano around the house that's been sitting there for a while. Maybe you have a keyboard around the house. Many people have those. Maybe somebody bought it for a gift for you, and you just haven't decided that you want to do anything with it. Now is the time to come on over, call us at 773, you see the phone number right on the monitor, 891-1875, and learn how to play that piano. Maybe you'd like to play the drum set. You've seen people playing that drum set in jazz and rock and roll and R&B, and they're popping those skins and hitting that big bass drum and the cymbals, and it's exciting, and you've always wanted to do it. Now is the time to set aside the fears and the doubts that have been holding you back for so many years and get on over to our facility. So now you can call 773-891-1875, and we will get back to you. If you want to leave your name and phone number, we will return your phone call, or you can call us back on tomorrow when we are back at our facility and open for business. Now maybe you want to play the guitar. Maybe you're old school and you want to be like B.B. King. Or maybe you want to sound similar to some of the rock and roll people. Well, you can do that. All you have to do is just give us a call. We have a guitar instructor there who will sit down with you and show you the ins and outs of how to play that instrument, okay? In addition to that, we do teach saxophone, both alto, soprano, as well as tenor saxophone. So you guys with those saxophones out there, you know, sitting up collecting dust, get over there, get over here, give us a call, and learn how to play this instrument. That's why we're there. And believe me when I tell you, you're going to be in a much better situation overall, you're going to be in a much better situation than what you would be if you went somewhere else. And I'm talking about overall, okay, in every kind of way. All right, we're going to treat you better there at the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts. And I don't care where you go, north side, where the western suburbs, all, all of that, wherever you go, at the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts, we're going to treat you better, and you're going to be able to breathe at ease when you register in our program. Okay, now we have trumpet, lastly, and again, that's an instrument that many of you may have heard of. Louis Armstrong, we call him Pops in the musical world, or you may have heard of Miles Davis, a Dizzy Gillespie. All of these are great trumpet players. And these are people that if you have a dream to play this instrument, if you've always wanted to play this instrument, then you call that number right there. And we'll set up an appointment to bring you over and give you a free assessment. And you'll sit down there and, it won't cost you anything. A free assessment on this instrument. And that's what we want to do. So you give us a call now, and you can call this station if you want to. But if you don't want to call this station, you give us a call. Write this number down, and give us a call on tomorrow or either later on today and leave some information. Now, when you leave information for us, you be sure that you answer your phone when we call back, okay? Because we're finding that people will leave information, and then when we call back, and we can't stay on the phone a long time trying to catch up with you. So when you leave your name and phone number and things of that type, you make certain that when we call back, a good thing for you to do is just save our number in your system so you know it when we call back. And you won't think it's somebody who is calling you to try and get that $20 back from you that you borrowed. Excuse me, I couldn't help but do that. I don't mean that like that, you know that. But once again, I know that there are crank callers out there who you may not want to be bothered with. But the bottom line is, give us a call. If you have to leave your information, just make certain that you call us, that you answer your phone when we do call back. Because we have a small staff and we aren't able to stay on the phone for such long periods. Now, we're coming to the end of our show, but we've got a couple other things we want to show you that we feel is very important, and we want you to see this program here, because this program right here was developed exactly for young people, to give them something to say yes to, especially young people in our community. And this program starts at 10:30 every Saturday. And all you got to do is come out and register, and that doesn't cost you a dime. It's totally free, no registration fee, no nothing. All you do is walk through the door, and we take some basic information from you, and you join the circle. And now this program is open for youngsters 8 years, and then it goes up. There's no ceiling on it. And some parents or grandparents, if you want to come out to this program, you too can come out to this program, and it's just perfectly okay in order to do that. We're not going to be turning anybody away. So we want you to know that. Now, having done that, like I said, you can give us a call here, or you can give us a call over at the conservatory, which is 773-891-1875. And we'd be more than happy to deal with you in any of this programming. We expect that you're going to be calling us. We're going to be looking forward to seeing you. We want you to go out there and have a great day. Oh, by the way, I did see a number of people that I had seen this program. We hope that you'll keep on calling us and getting involved with it, and call other people and let them know that we're on the air. Again, we're located at 6353 South Cottage Grove. You can see our facility from off the street. We are there for you. We are there from 11:30 until 7:30 every day. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week right here at this same time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next time.